PPG. Now, Ben is an associate manager of interfaces and material science. Prior to that, he went to Roche, University in Pittsburgh, and also he did his PhD and master's at the University of Pittsburgh. And so, and Pitt is where also PPG is. So he loves Pittsburgh. He's been there. And so to start with, he's going to give us a little bit of background on PPG, and then we will go into the poster presentation. So Ben, please.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you, Tim, for a nice introduction. My name is Ben Kabagambe, and I flew in here from Pittsburgh. This is my first time in Boston, and I already love it. A lot of walking. I got so much steps, which we can't do in Pittsburgh because it's up and down. So. I'm going to talk a little bit about PPG, and because they sent me here to witness you guys, and I have to go back and see what I saw. So far, very impressive. I'd like to thank the organizers and all of you guys that came from everywhere. It's been a great learning for me. I have great learning, meeting everybody, all the talks, all the tours. I wish I could stay here for the next week. But anyway, so I'm going to start with who we are. But before we go who we are, I'm going to start with who I am. And after watching the communications slides, I realized I didn't get all the who I am and what I represent and what are my values. But maybe through the talk, I captured some of them. I'll go and rearrange it. But I am a product of University of Pittsburgh, so I graduated in 2015. I did my PhD while also working for PPG, so I got corporate sponsorship to do my PhD. I worked in Dr. Memiya Shigeru's lab, and then, so that's my PhD journey. So I did my PhD after hours, so I went to work and then went to do my PhD. So. If you are thinking you can't do both, I am the witness. I am the negotiate point of contact at PPG. We started the initiative a couple years ago with Tim and Tisray and everybody. We wrote the initiative, we proposed, and they were generous to give us the funding, so I'm proud to be giving back to you guys. I've been with the company for 18 years. I was a scientist, so I have like 16 plus patents. I also have commercial products, and I'm now in people leadership, so you can see how the journey is not one specific area when you go to industry or academia, like everybody was saying in the panel. This is a picture from 2 years ago, I think, when we were at Carnegie Mellon. So this is a Noble-Share initiative, collaborative that we had. There's a lot of members that couldn't be here that sent me to represent them, that are members of PPG Foundation that help us to get the sponsorship. Outside of work, I like to golf, and my goal is one day to get that hole-in-one and win that Lexus, because they always have that car, and I'm always very close. I'm a family man, so I have 4 kids. One of them hasn't made it to my pictures, but I can get he's young, so I can't get him in a good picture yet. And then I come from Rwanda, so I met a lot of people here that actually visited Rwanda. I was impressed, but if you want a country to visit Rwanda. And the reason I put it there because several years ago, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I was awarded a scholarship from an organization like this. It's called Patching Terrace. And they came to Rwanda and they found all these kids that needed help. And this guy, Monsignor, he has passed away already, God bless him. He came and made a fundraising that raised money to bring 100 of us to his college. So I leave it. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where I would be raising cows. I don't know where I would be. So I'm always interested in opportunity to do the same thing when I can. Okay, so that's enough about me. So PPG. So PPG is a global company. It's a chemical company. We are number 2 in our industry of coatings. We more than 140 years old, 70 countries, so global. We are a $15 billion company. This was 2024, but I think we are still in the same area. And then so that was our mission there, is to beautify and protect. And when you see all these cars, all these airplanes flying, all these electric vehicles with all different colors, somebody puts paint there. And these are polymeric materials, so it's science in action. Part one is to beautify, so the way it looks, but the bigger one is to protect. So there are some layers underneath the layers that you see that are meant to protect the metal so that it doesn't corrode. So we make those in our house. And my job is to test. I work in the interface and material science. So we put these things on these metals, and then we crush them and we torture them. And somebody was talking about failure. We make them fail. You can't produce something and sell it until you show all the failure modes have been covered. So it's not really failing. It's my job is to torture them and show all the crosslink densities, all the TGs, everything is in the specification where it needs to be. So that's the protect and beautify. But beyond that, so we do have community engagement, and we spend a lot of money in initiatives that, through PPG Foundation and giving through, worldwide partners. You could see a lot of money that's really not going into product development, but it's going into developing the scientists behind all these technologies, and engaging in the communities where we have customers. So we like to be engaged. So this is where some of this money is where the NOPSHE funding comes from. We're also involved in communities where we live, so there will be a time where they send all of us to go and do things in the community. We paint with our, we give them paints, and we paint houses, and we support the community. So it's a way of us demonstrating our corporate citizenship. Our businesses, so if you think about anything you can think of, so from world-renowned landmarks, devices, that the screens you have right now, that ability to touch, is coatings that we put there that are conductive, that allows you to communicate with the electronics inside. Anti-fingerprints, your ability to touch and not leave fingerprints on your screens. That's technology that we make. That's on those phones. The planes we fly in, the windows. I don't know if you've ever been in one of the windows where you can change the electronic window. You can use adjust without raising and lowering those screens. So we make those technologies. Passports that are hydrophobic. You could run it with the rain and it will not. You won't lose your pages and driver's licenses. The cars we drive, very big in electrification right now. We make coatings that protect the batteries, to prevent thermal runaways, current leakages, all that stuff to make sure that your car, the passenger is safe. The homes we live in, so laundries, dryers, all those stuff, plus the paints on the walls. During COVID, we had paints that prevent, that help with disinfecting the hospitals and schools, the offices, and the cans we drink in, the cans you're holding right now. When Coca-Cola comes to us, they're looking for something that's going to make the customer smile. So it's the feeling of somebody saying, okay, I want something that grips. But as scientists, we have to make something that doesn't leak into the drink. You can't drink it. So we have to test. We design methods. We develop techniques that will show the customer that, oh yeah, we are putting this polymeric material. We guarantee you that to the ppm level, PPG, nothing is going to leak into your drink for internal. Then for external, and then those drinks, all the pH ranges, they're very acidic. They go through shipping, all the abrasion resistance, all that stuff. The paint actually helps to protect those cans. So big in packaging, architectural. So everybody knows when we talk paint, everybody thinks architectural. So whether it's commercial or residential, so we make sell to independent dealers, DIY, architects, developers. We used to have glass that we divested, so architects would come to PPG to buy glass, and they would learn that, oh, we have paint too, so it's a one-stop shop. But we divested glass, so we just focus on polymers. So you guys, these are market segments. So automotive is a big one. It's probably one of our biggest industries, and we have to keep with the speed at which it's evolving. So a lot of brainstorming, scientists in the lab figuring out how to get that dielectric material that will prevent those barriers from catching fire. Automotive, commercial, big trucks, you name it. And then we have refinished business. This is when you have your car crash, when you have you need to take your car to the shop. We have those paints. Those people are working with us to make sure that we can automate them. We can help them find color, match the color of your car. Sometimes it's different colors, but we bring advanced technologies to drive that technology forward. Aerospace, which probably most of you flew here. The airplane has to look good, but it also can't get hot inside. So we have a technology called eggplant. If you have seen eggplant, it's black or colored. It's in the sun, but if you cut it, it's cold inside. So how does that work? The same as the airplane. So you want to keep the people cooler, but you want to make it colorful. So how do you do that?